Howdy folks and welcome. I hope this finds you well. Today we'll be talking about Shadows of Doubt, a detective immersive sim game that gives off Blade Runner plus Dark City vibes. Something I don't think I ever thought would be in a game, let alone work perfectly in tandem as an atmosphere. But here we are. Even though Shadows of Doubt is in early access, and there are signs of that while playing, this game truly embarks on something special, utilizing handcrafted mysteries and procedurally generated information to push immersive sims to another level, while telling thrilling tales in this suffocatingly dystopic city. If this sounds good to you, I hope you're in a comfy place. Have something to relax with, because this is one wild detective case. If you're new to the channel, it wouldn't be a Dog Dad video without hearing from you, your opinions and thoughts on the games I cover, and have a conversation about the things we truly enjoy. So let's begin. At the moment, you can start Shadows of Doubt with their tailored murder case, The Dead of Night, which I highly suggest. You can also go into the Sandbox mode and create your own city, but I wouldn't advise that for your first detective run. For the purposes of this review, we'll be covering the game through the lens of starting out this specific case, because it does a great job as a pseudo-tutorial, and really brings you into the world you're going to inhabit. And I really mean inhabiting a world. From the moment I started Shadows of Doubt, I just had this eerie feeling. I can only explain it as apprehension and anticipation. I love the visuals of Shadows of Doubt. From the city designs to the objects you interact with, they do a fantastic job of making a unique style, especially using voxels. I might be a little biased since I'm using voxels for my project, but you can't deny these visuals don't have atmosphere and chutzpah to them. You really feel like you're in the world that's on the fringe of destruction, or something even more sinister going on. The game has the endless rain and the neon signs, but does it so well that this known sci-fi trope feels at home here. Plus the subtle sound design we'll discuss later on. I truly think this is why I was first so intrigued by this game. Yet there were so many other reasons why I stayed on the job. Shadows of Doubt works like what I can only describe as an escape room. You are tasked with figuring out a murder, and that's it. You choose how to do it. Luckily, if you chose the Dead of Night campaign, you'll slowly amass the tools that a true detective needs. You can interact with almost anything, which allows for not only great narrative and world building, but also lets you cosplay as Charlie in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, trying to get all the information on one board. This had me trying to glean any information I could from anything I could find, whether that was giving random people money for their name, or to come into their home to investigate, sneaking into vents to access someone's personal information, anything. Gaining more info about my own city and the citizens' happenings was one of the most odd and cathartic gaming loops I'd ever done. At a certain point, you'll have enough information about the case you're following, and hopefully enough to close it. If you've been a diligent enough detective, you'll be able to put all that information in and take it to the town hall for processing. I can't remember the last time I was so excited to have completed a mission in a game. I truly think it comes from you doing the solving, and not some person on the internet telling you where to find code 0451. It might be frustrating, and I will never lie, I rage quit 10 plus times trying to solve the first section of the first case. But I kept coming back, and that persistence got me to the place where I knew I got it right. It has supplanted Shadows of the Doubt forever in my gaming memory. Plus, there's some really cool augmentation stuff, but I'll let you discover that on your own. The sound, oh my goodness, I absolutely adore the sound design of Shadows of Doubt. Starting with the city itself, you can hear the industrial churnings and rumblings underneath your feet. There will be times of silence when you only hear the computer keyboard or your light footsteps on the carpet. Then there will be times when you're walking around and the music just starts playing. It's so ethereal yet somehow demonic. Usually rain noises make me fall asleep, but they had two effects in this game. The first being how uneasy it is to have constant rain around you, and the second is the visual. You also get these amazing Blade Runner-esque advertisements from time to time. The sound design in this game brings you into the mystery and the horrors of the world around you, but also somehow exemplifies the mysterious noir element as well, which has a certain romantic tone. Now, it's hard to talk about the story in this game, since I believe the developers are looking at making this a true sandbox game, all the stories unique and generated, but they also made a specific case or story, Dead of Night. If there is an ability later in development for people to create their own murder mysteries and implement them into the game, there are hundreds of hours of fun in store. As of now, you start out as a down-on-your-luck cop, who gets a tip that might change the trajectory of his wanton life. I love the noir sci-fi feel. It's like Maltese Falcon and CyberPunk decided to get together for a night of heavy drinking. And I know that's my third reference to an old noir movie plus sci-fi game, I just can't get over it. As a detective, you might know how to investigate some things, but oh boy, you can go wild with it. I mean, breaking into people's apartments, bribing people for their name or information, or just straight up punching people. It's a lot of fun. It is your story, you are the detective. You do it the way you want to. This is how the story transpired for me at least. You find a note underneath your door saying that you should investigate an apartment building next to yours. And this is how it starts. I don't want to get into any specifics since I don't know if they change things per playthrough, but this specific mission, finding clues and searching for your answers, had me riveted throughout my journey. Going through the murder victim's apartment, or any apartment for that matter, searching wallets, trash cans, drawers, computers, had me feeling like I was a loose detective that didn't play by no one's rules. Oh my god, am I Christopher Walken in The Ripper?
Can't find the murder weapon yet? I will guess that it's a knife.
Farley says that hasn't been established.
That fat fuck has a lot of crazy theories. It's not rocket science. These people were butchered. You can't slice bacon with a baseball bat.
Anyways, the game does a good job at telling you what to be on the lookout for, and what could happen in certain situations, like when you're trespassing, and a bunch of other little things along the way. Now, I will not say how I found the killer, but I did, and I was physically excited to have finished this mission. Not only did I get social credit, but I felt accomplished. Wait, there's more? They took my apartment? The mysteries keep on coming. Look, at this point, I think you're either so intrigued that you've stopped watching and bought the game instantly, or you're patiently waiting for my rant to end. If you like sci-fi noir games that deal with sleuthing and detective work in a dystopian setting, I don't think there is any other game that foots the bill so well as Shadows of a Doubt. Now, with any early access game, you have to be patient and understanding with developers, yet we also have to hold them accountable. This game has so much potential, and with the right community around it, with positive feedback and good criticism, this might be my next RimWorld, a game that lets you just turn it on and start your shenanigans. If you're not a fan of procedurally generated situations and dialogues, you might want to sit this one out for the time being. If you like figuring out mysteries on your own and putting pieces together, I cannot recommend Shadows of Doubt more. Thank you so much for watching. It truly is a blessing seeing the growth of this channel recently and talking to so many of you. It really means the world. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch my content, and if you enjoyed the video, please leave a comment down below about your favorite noir sci-fi media, click that like button, and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope this finds you well, and as always, see you next time.
You can't slice bacon with a baseball bat.